Hi, beautiful soul, and welcome to this episode of Light Leaders Ascension School. I'm Athena Bailey, and today we are going to be talking about creating abundance with the dimensional aspects of money. I know this is a little bit wordy, right? The title is a little bit wordy, but what we're really talking about is you and I, we are not just this flesh, this body, right? You and I are not just this physical reality. You already know there's more to you. You know you have a soul. You know that you have a higher self. You know that you have these higher aspects to you. Well, guess what? Money does too. And a lot of the time if you're already doing any money manifestation work, you're probably already connecting to the energetic aspect of money. But the energetic aspect of money actually has different dimensional levels. It has a third dimensional level, a fourth dimensional level, a fifth dimensional level, a seventh dimensional level, and they're all very different. And the way we work with them is different. And it also then governs our experience of money. And our experience of abundance really does matter without what part of money we're actually connecting to. If you feel like your body is the only thing and you're only working with your body, your experience of life is going to be very, very different to if you're working with your soul or your higher self. Those are going to be very different ways that you live life. And part of what has allowed me to create the abundance I have is seeing money not just as this physical thing, but actually as this being with different energetic aspects that we work with, we connect with, we have a relationship with, and we know how to work with it. Abundance opens up to us. So today I'm going to be talking about the different dimensional aspects of money and how you can work with them to create more abundance in your life. And we are going to start with the first aspect of money that you know, right? It's the one you interact with on an every single day. It's the cash in your bank account, the currency that you pay with, whatever country you're in. It is the money online that you see, right? It's your credit cards. It's the physical thing that represents money, right? Because money is not just cash even, right? You know that money, the experience of having money is different currencies. It's digital, it's your credit cards, right? So that is the third dimensional aspect of money. Now, that's like your body, right? Your body is a third dimensional aspect of this life. But guess what? Your body is also energetic. Your cells have energy. If you speak to your body and you say, "Body, I hate you. Body, you disgust me." How do you think your relationship with your body is going to be like? Because your body still has an energy, right? It still responds to you. Everything in this reality has an energy to it, and how we treat it, speak to it, creates our experience with it. So when you think about how you speak to money in your reality at the moment, for example, if you ever get angry at a bill, right? Or maybe when you're checking out and let's say you're paying for groceries and you feel constriction or shame or guilt when you're buying things, or maybe you get angry that money leaves you quick. These are all signs that there is a disruption in the flow of money with you, right? And in your relationship with the third dimensional aspect. Because the reality is, to create true abundance and to create a really positive experience with money, we need to be working with the energetic aspects of money. And this is the energetic aspect of the third dimensional money. So one of the ways that you can work with this aspect of money is one, by doing a bit of a forgiveness ritual, right? Because you have probably at some point gotten angry at money, told money off, projected some sort of negative emotion based on scarcity around money. Because the money that you see, like the physical cash, it's a neutral resource, right? It's a neutral resource, but we put our own meaning to it. We put our own experience to it. So the question then is it serving you, the experience you're currently creating with money? Is it serving you? Or would it serve you more to have a slightly different experience with money, right? That's for you to determine and feel into what's actually going to serve you. So when we have this physical money, you can do a process where you actually look at money or credit cards, something that represents physical money, and say to money, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for every time I've spoken negatively to you. I'm sorry for every time I've put you down. And you can let money know that how much you apologize, right? And you can do this little process. You can do it a few times if you want. Once is fine, but if you want to do it more, you definitely can. And then you can do a process with money every day, right? Because if you know right now your relationship is really bad with money, do it every day. You might have, if you have a little altar at home or a little spiritual space, you don't have to. You can just have money next to you. You can be like $100 note or $10 note, doesn't matter. And you can hold that and go, money, I love you. Money, thank you. Money, I'm grateful for you. Money, thank you for allowing electricity in my home, for the roof over my head, for the holiday I took with my family, for the date that I went on last night. How is all that paid for? With money, right? So I want you to start looking at money as a vehicle for allowing you to have all of these experiences. Then you're going to speak to money very differently. Now, as soon as you start doing that to money, your relationship is going to change. And this, if you know your money relationship is not good right now, this needs to be a daily thing, like every single day, taking out that physical cash and saying, money, I love you. Money, thank you. Money, I'm grateful for you. Every day. But if that's all you're doing, it's not going to be enough to create abundance, right? Because you're only working with the physical aspect of money. It might fix up your relationship, might open the door a little bit. However, there's higher aspects of money that you still need to be working with. So you and I have this body, right? This body is equivalent to the third dimensional cash, which is the money, right? However, there's also an energetic aspect to it, right? You and I have our etheric bodies, right? We have these chakra systems, energy bodies, spiritual bodies. And that is the fourth dimensional aspect of money. That's what it correlates to. So you know that being in your optimal state, you also need to be taking care of your energy, especially if you're an empath, especially if you're energetically sensitive. You know, you've got to clear your energy every day. Sometimes you've got to cut your cords. And sometimes if you don't take care of your energy, you feel how much it affects you. And when you do take care of your energy, how good you feel, right? All of these things make a difference. And especially for your continued spiritual development, your connection, your joy, all of that matters so much. So when we look at the fourth dimensional aspect of money, the essence of it, the energy of it is giving, receiving, right? The energy of giving and receiving. And when people say like they're connecting to the energy of money and they're feeling the energy of money and they're doing manifestations or visualizations, that's usually what they're working with, the fourth dimensional aspect of money. Now, the giving and receiving part of money is like, as you look through the day, right? You want something, so you pay for it and you receive it, or you give and get paid, right? So there is an energy of giving and receiving. So if you have some stuff around receiving, some wounds, you have trouble receiving, or you have a hard time giving, which I know a lot of you probably don't, but just is the other side of it, that's where we need to be focused on. So whenever you want to work with or cultivate the fourth dimensional aspect of money, anytime you give or you serve in whatever way, I really want you to connect it into your heart, right? And this includes if you're selling anything, really making sure you're doing it from a space of love, right? And same when you receive anything, blessing, thank you, really incorporate the energy of divine love into anywhere you're giving and receiving. Because when you do that, you're aligning to the energy of this giving, receiving flow of money and abundance. You can go deeper, even deeper into this aspect of money when you are in divine service, right? So when, for example, let's say you're selling something that's fully aligned with your soul purpose, right? Soul mission aligned, work, programs, books, whatever it is that you're selling. and you are holding that vibration along with the vibration of unconditional love, that's a really powerful aligner for money, because you're plugged into the portal of love, of purpose, of your soul, and the energy of money. So that's the fourth dimensional aspect of money, which is also really good to work with, because you're acknowledging there's an energetic aspect, it's the energy of giving and receiving, and where am I blocked on giving, where am I blocked on receiving, and where can I go deeper into it, right? And it is like, we really want to make sure we're giving. Are you giving enough? Are you doing divine service, right? For example, me even creating this video today, this YouTube, this podcast, it's a huge energy that I'm giving. And yes, there is a very positive intention behind it. I want to support humanity. I want to live my soul purpose. And I also know on another level, it's supporting this fourth dimensional aspect of money, of the energy of giving and receiving, right? So when we give, it opens us up to receive more too. So that's the fourth dimensional aspect of money. But money also, like, we don't just have our etheric body, we have a soul, right? Money has another higher dimensional part of itself. And for you, for money, that is the fifth dimensional aspect of money. Now, this is where we begin to see money as personified, or as a being. So when we work with the fourth dimensional aspect of money, most people, they just feel an energy. They don't, if you ever called in that aspect of money, most people just feel an energy, see an energy. But when we call in and work with the fifth dimensional aspect of money, we usually see a being, right? Which is the first higher aspect of money. And this fifth dimensional aspect, it resonates like the fourth dimensional aspects resonates. It carries a vibration of giving, receiving. The fifth dimensional aspect of money carries a resonance of abundance. You have more than enough, everything you need, everything you want, and more than enough left over. It is the energy and the experience of abundance. And it's the energy, the fifth dimensional paradigm, which moves us out of the grids of scarcity. Because a lot of people are living only aligned with the third dimensional aspect of money, which is the cash, which is a physical aspect of money. What happens when you're only aligned to that aspect of money is you then live in that vibration, in that state. What is a 3D experience of money? There's not enough. I don't have enough. I'm in scarcity. I'm in fear. I need to hold on to it. It's not a good experience, right? And that's what we see in most of the world. But when you work with the fifth dimensional aspect and you're like, I'm going to operate on this level with money, well, then we're working in fifth dimensional rules where there is no scarcity. There's abundance. There's abundance for all. This dimensional aspect, there is also a level of entitlement, right? And I mean entitlement, not from a space of like ego. Oh, I'm entitled to have all the money in the world. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the same entitlement that you are entitled to oxygen. You are entitled to oxygen. No one is saying you can only have this much oxygen. Don't breathe too much. You better hold on to it because there's not enough to go around. No, you are here. Oxygen is yours. Breathe. Take as much as you need. It's there, right? We need to bring that perspective to money, to abundance, right? And that's what fifth dimensional abundance is, the energy of it. There is an energy of entitlement that you're here on earth. Of course you get a body. Of course you get oxygen. Of course you get abundance. You need to have abundance to create what you came here to create, right? So it is an energy of entitlement, but it comes from a place of, well, that's just the standard. So that you can do what you came here to do. So you can live a healthy, well life, right? Because that's very important, especially if you're here to support humanity in some way. So the fifth dimensional energy is about abundance. And there are different rules. Someone who lives in a fifth dimensional state of abundance has very different rules and a very different relationship with money than they do in 3D. Right? In 3D, you're looking at your bank account, how much cash you have, and that's dictating your experience. In the fifth dimensional, you're not really that much looking at the physical aspect of money. You're thinking about all of the other things, divine service, feeling abundant, the flow of money. There's a deeper trust, a deeper level of support. I used to live so much in the third dimensional aspect of money. And I had to shift myself into the fifth dimensional aspect of money. And it was a process, but I can tell you now, my experience, my relationship with money is that I feel very deeply supported. I feel like money is my partner, like it's always flowing to me, like it's got me. It's a very different relationship to what I used to have. And I do feel like it's very much a fifth dimensional relationship. Something else that I want you to think about is oftentimes, as we start to really focus on our spiritual journey, our work, our soul mission, and we're focused on embodying the 5D, we usually begin to embody one area at a time, kind of like going through a checklist, right? We don't suddenly embody 5D in all areas. For some of you, it might be, for example, with your body. Maybe you feel really good in your body. You eat really well and it's intuitive. It doesn't feel like a struggle. It just feels really easy to eat well. You're at a great weight that you're happy with. You take care of your body. You feel good in your body. It's just something that feels really good, really easy. There's no issues. That, I would say, is probably a pretty fifth dimensional state to be in your body in, right? If you look good, even potentially feel good, but it's fueled by, I need for me to be worthy, for me to be loved, for me to be valuable, I need to be this way and do this, and there's a lot of stress and fear behind it, then it's not fifth dimensional, right? But if it's a very peaceful, loving relationship with your body, that's a fifth dimensional experience, right? Of relationship with body. Maybe you have a fifth dimensional relationship with your partner, maybe with your friends, maybe your business is very fifth dimensional, your experience of business. So maybe there is somewhere in your life right now where you are embodying 5D, and I want you to think about how you relate to that aspect. So for example, if your body, for example, that's the aspect that feels easy and most 5D, what do you believe to be true about that area? For example, maybe you believe that, well, looking after my body just feels easy. It feels good. It's intuitive. It's natural. My body supports me and it feels good. Now we've got to transfer those beliefs to money, because you get to feel the same way about money, right? Now, when we work with this aspect, we work with this aspect a little bit differently, and it's more like working with a spirit guide. So you can actually go ahead and call in the fifth dimensional aspect of money and have a conversation with them and begin to ask, how can I support you to come into my life? How can I step more into abundance? How can I align myself with my abundance? What do I need to heal to step out of it? And begin actually channeling, connecting, and having this experience with the fifth dimensional aspect of money. This is the part of money that you should probably focus on working the most with, especially because you want to embody a fifth dimensional reality of money, right? That's, I think, where we're all wanting to move into. So focusing on this part the most is going to serve you a lot. Now, the next part, the next dimension of money, the next aspect is the seventh dimensional aspect. This part of money is, kind of think of it like your higher self, right? So you have a higher self. You have physical body, etheric, energetic body. You have your soul, your higher self. Money has a higher self too. Now, this aspect of money, when I've connected to it, for me, it just feels like this overwhelming energy. It felt very, very powerful. It's really, when I tuned into it, it was like because everything that I've shared with you today is channeled and I've received it in my trance channeling sessions. When I connected to this part of money, it felt like the energy of it was instant manifestations. It was like, whatever I need, whatever I want, it's instantly manifested. It's instantly realized. There is no difference between like me wanting something or desiring and it not being here. It's like, it's all instant. Now, obviously, humanity is not ready for this. We are not ready to live in that kind of world, that kind of reality. It's not a match for us in this dimension, in this reality. But it was very beautiful to connect to this aspect of it to that level and feel how powerful, and to also witness the journey of money. And that when we look back and we realize, if we can look at ourselves and recognize that I'm not just this body, I'm not this day-to-day life and how I feel in my body. I'm a soul, I'm an energy body, I'm a higher self who is all co-creating having this experience. It's the same with money. Money is the physical aspect, but it also is the energetic aspect, and it's also the higher self and the soul of money that you are co-creating your experience with. So if you're only looking at the body of money, of course, then your relationship with money is not going to be what you want it to be. So my invitation to you from today is to really think about how you can start to work with the higher aspects of money. And it can just be as simple as calling forward the energy of money, having a chat with them, asking them to come into your life more and support you, asking questions of abundance, channeling, because at the end of the day, like when I work with this fifth dimensional aspect of money, I channel them. I talk to them, I speak to them. And that's what has really supported me. I know that's not an option for everyone. That's probably what I would recommend the most, but I gave a lot of other little techniques and tips that you can work on and use in your life to support you with creating abundance. If you do want to learn how to channel this aspect of money, Channeling Spirit Academy doors are open, and you're going to learn how to channel from your angels to your spirit guides, your highest self, trans-channel light language, all types of channeling, including channeling the higher self of money. So if you are wanting to learn more about that, you can click the link in the information box and it'll have lots of information there for you. I hope that you have enjoyed today's episode and it's given you a little bit of insight around the higher aspects of money. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Athena Bailey and you've been watching Light Leaders Ascension School.